Hey guys, my name is Hannah and I would say, let's have some fun today. So guys, like you can probably tell from the title of this video, I want to discuss today with you all the products that I really loved in 2023 and want to continue to use in 2024. There are some older products, some newer products that I really learned to love and that are slowly but surely, I have the feeling, becoming a staple in my collection, and that's because I really want to talk to you about them. I also want to really talk to you about some preferences of mine that maybe also have changed in the last couple of months, and yeah, that's really something I want to do today with you. I want to do a full face with you together of my favorite things, you could say, and I also want to talk to you about new and older stuff that are right now in my favorite list. I'm really pumped about that. I really want to show you all the stuff that I discovered in this year and really want to continue to use in 2024. So let's do this. So let's clip the hair to the side that it's not in the way. And let's start with the first thing we usually do. It's complexion. So let's start maybe with the primer portion of this video. I'm not big on primers, I have to be honest. I like to use my morning routine, my moisturizers to prep my face probably. But what I like to use as a primer are glowy bases. And I really love, and nothing has changed there, I really still love my Auric Glow Lust for that. I love this thicker, beautiful feeling of this product right here. I really love how glowy and moisturizing my face is looking and feeling as well. It's really giving me so much that I didn't have before in my makeup routine, and now I can't without it. If I'm running low of this one, I'm pretty sure I will buy me this one again because I'm really much in love with it. I have the shade Morganite. It's just beautiful, guys. I really love the thick feeling of the cream. I really love what it's giving me. I think it's so beautiful. It's a little bit of a thicker consistency. And I really love that. It's the perfect shade for me. It's really becoming one with my skin. And when I'm working it into my skin, it's feeling so moisturizing and so benefiting as well for my face. And it's giving me really this beautiful shine. You can use this one in many ways. You know, you can use it under makeup, over makeup as a highlighter, or mix it in with your favorite liquid, maybe blush, and do a glowy blush out of it. You can use it in so many ways, but the way I love to use this one is really just under my makeup. I have the feeling it's giving me just a beautiful, you know, the Hailey Bieber type of look that it's right now really in. I have the feeling this is really the key to the look if you want to achieve it. And I really love this. Look how, in comparison to this one, this is looking so dull and this is looking so glowy and beautiful. I really love my Auric Glow Lust. I'm so happy that I have this one, and I think it's a beautiful and stunning product. But the product I want to use today with you is the product I used in my last video with you together, and it's my Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow Seamless Skin. This is so beautiful, guys. I love it. It's much more thinner in consistency. It's much more lightweight, I have to say. It's not like a thick moisturizer feel. It's really more like an highlighter type of feel, if you know what I mean. It's really sinking as well so beautifully into the skin, but it's not as thick feeling as when I'm using the Auric Glow Lust, for example. So I really love this as well. It's giving me also this really beautiful shiny type of look, but more in a more elegant and more slowed down way. You know, you can see that it's glowing, but it's more like it's getting more glowy and glowy over the day, and not right away a wham bam glow feel, but you get right away this beautiful type of sheeny glazed look, and I really appreciate that about this product. And this is the one I really want to use today with you. So let's do this. I also love the wand in here. It's not coming out so much because of the stopper, so it's really a small amount you're getting on your wand with this product right here. But I have to say, this one time is really enough to give the perfect amount on your face. And I normally don't do more than that. I really think this is the perfect amount, and I'm usually going just all over my face and going a little bit ham with it, so just everywhere, mostly at the high points of my face area, but in the end I'm splattering this one out everywhere I can. This color is perfect for me. Oh, I didn't set the color until now, but everything will of course be linked down below, guys, like always. But the color I'm using is Crystal Nebula. I love this shade. It's a little bit darker than my Auric Glow Lust right here. This one is a little bit more like an thick moisturizer with no additional color to it, you know. It's really like my skin tone, and it's giving me a little bit more of an even out look. But my Lisa Eldridge one, I purposefully chose a little bit of a darker color to give me a little bit more of a bronzy look underneath, and I really appreciate that as well. So they're really doing the same thing but also are so different at the same time, if you know what I mean. Really love to use them for different occasions. So sometimes I like to... Oh, let's zoom you a little bit more in, guys. What I'm thinking, let's zoom you a little bit more in so that you can see everything a little bit closer and better. So I think this is a little bit better. And what I like to do, I like to either work it into my skin with my fingers or with a brush, and this time I will use a brush for that. Just really everywhere. I don't stay at the high points of my face area. I really splatter this one out everywhere because I really love the look that it's giving me. So this is how it looks. You can see right away with the Auric Glow Lust, it really evens out my skin as well a little bit. But with the Lisa Eldridge one, because of the little bit more darker color, I have the feeling it's more like giving me a beautiful, nice, healthy glow and look to the face, you know. I think it's more in that way, and I really appreciate that as well. I think it's a beautiful and nice base to start your makeup routine and to have a really, really beautiful, glowy base if you like that. And I'm in the phase where I really love my skin to be as glowy and juicy as possible. I really love that right now, so this is perfect for me in the moment. So the next step, of course, is foundation. And for foundation, I will always love, and this will, I think, always be one of my #1 foundations of all time, is of course my Pat McGrath foundation. I really love this one. This is a little bit more of a liquidy type of foundation. It's really more on the runny, liquidy side. We'll show you just a little bit. It's really a little bit more runny, a little bit more watery, and it's really evening out everything beautifully and nicely, but it's not too covering. But I really love that for my natural days where I really need to count on the staying power, the flawless power, you know. It's really giving me a flawless skin also when the day is coming to an end and I'm looking in the mirror. I always have the feeling my skin is looking so beautiful and perfected with this foundation right here. But again, the combo that I really love in the moment, how could it other be, is my Lisa Eldridge Glow Lust. Of course, as well with my Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation right here. And I did an in-depth review, an in-depth look of all of my Lisa Eldridge things that I have. So if you are curious, click right there. But I really love this foundation. I bought me the #5, and I have the feeling it's the perfect foundation shade for me. And this one, in comparison to my Pat McGrath, is really more on the thicker side. It's a little bit more... I don't also need that much with it, to be honest. I really don't like to use as much foundation. But this one is a little bit more thicker. It's running not as fast down my arm, like you can tell, hopefully. It's a little bit more on the thicker side, and I really love the color for me. It's a beautiful color. And I really like to do maybe 1 or 1.5 pump all over my face. This is more than enough. I heard mixed reviews about this foundation, to be honest, but in my case, just chef's kiss, guys. I really, really love it. I think it's beautiful. At the end of a long day or something like that, I think this foundation is looking so stunning and seamless. And it's just giving me the perfect amount of coverage, but looking at the same time really, really neutral and beautiful on the face. It's laying down really, really nicely. It's covering redness really nicely. I don't have a problem with much redness or with much pimples on my face. Right now I have here 2 little spots, but all in all my face is in the last couple of months really, it was a really nice face year for me in general, to be honest. But yeah, I really love this foundation overall, and I love how it's looking at the end of the day. I have to say maybe even a little bit more sometimes than my Pat McGrath foundation, but they are really close to one. I really love them both so much, and I think both are looking so beautiful. But my Lisa Eldridge foundation in combination with the Lisa Eldridge Glow Boost it's just stunning. It's just a match made in heaven, and I love how my face is looking overall. I love the texture of my face after using it. And I just could go out like that, to be honest. I think it's so stunning and it's looking so seamless. So now let's move on to concealer. Concealer is a thing for me, you know, guys. In the moment, to be completely honest, I'm running out of my Pat McGrath concealer, which, by the way, is still my favorite concealer. I really love it. Maybe this year I want to branch out to some newer concealers. I want to try some more concealers. I just have in the moment this one and my Fenty Beauty Stick concealer. And if I have to decide, this is on #1 spot for sure. But I really want to try some more concealers. But in the last couple of weeks, I don't even use that much concealer, to be honest. If at all. I'm sometimes not even using any concealer. I'm sometimes doing just a little spot of this one more on my face and take a little bit of that foundation and put it right under my under eye area. The rest of my face is pretty neutral as well, and I call it a day, and I really love how it's looking, how neutral, how beautiful it's looking. But if I have to use concealer, or if I want to use concealer, let's put it in that way, I really like to stick to my Pat McGrath concealer, and I have the L2. I think the L1 would have been even nicer for me, but I really appreciate the L2 as well. It's a more covering type of concealer. I'm really running low on this one. I don't have much left, like you can tell probably. And yeah, maybe when I'm running out, I will buy me the L1. But in general, when I'm running out of this concealer, I want to try some newer concealers that I didn't try it before, maybe, because I'm really curious now about a little bit more of concealers, even though I don't use them that much. I think maybe I need to branch out in that way a little bit more. Also, for the sake of my channel, I really want to try some more concealers and try some more formulations. But yeah, what I like to do is just to push everything into my skin again with a sponge, and at the same time I'm blending my concealer under the eyes out. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing, and I like how everything is looking at the end, how seamless everything is looking, how blended in. And this is really something that stayed in my routine for sure, that I'm first doing everything with the brush and after it I'm going in with my sponge. Even though I maybe have days where I don't use a concealer, I always like to finish everything up with a sponge, and I think this will stay in my routine for 2024 as well, for sure. I really love how the skin is looking at the end when you combine the two techniques with one another, you know? When we are done with the overall look of the face, and I really don't bother in the moment with my little spots right here, don't try to cover them or anything like that, but if I would bother, I would also put a little bit of the Pat McGrath concealer down there and cover them up, but in the moment I'm not really interested in that. I don't care about them that much. For the next step, we of course have powder. A favorite that's not changed at all. It's my Pat McGrath Labs powder right here. It's the under eye powder. I have light. I love it. And I don't just use it for my under eyes, of course, guys. I don't just use it for the under eyes. When I'm using a powder, I use it for all over my face. I have a big dent in here. I hope you can see that. I just love this powder. It's so seamless. You don't see that you have powder on, but you feel secure with it for sure. It's just giving you an airbrush look almost to the face, and I really love that. I think it's beautiful. I used so much and I have the feeling I have so much left. So this is a plus, even though it's a small type of compact right here. I'm so in love with this one. It's so beautiful and seamless looking. And the other one that's having almost the same effect like the Pat McGrath one, and I really love and appreciate it. It's my newer Hourglass Jellyfish palette right here. And I love everything in here, guys. I don't know if I can just show it for powder because I love everything in here. I don't just love the powders, I also love the bronzer in here, I love the blushes in here, love to combine them in the moment, just together. When I'm using this palette, I use the whole palette. I use everything. Love the bronzer, the blushes, this highlighter. Chef's kiss, so beautiful and stunning. Really want to use this today with you. So we will see how we are going with that, but I really love everything in here. This is giving me almost the same effect like the Pat McGrath one, but with a little bit more of a glowy finish to it, and I really love and appreciate it. So what I will do today with you, I will use a little bit, this time just for my under eyes, of this powder right here, and I will use my Hourglass powders for the rest of my face, so that we can use both, because I love them so much and I want to show you the most of the things that I love in the moment. So like I said, we'll start with this one, just a little bit on my brush right here. You can see the powder, and I start to press it under my eye, just to secure everything and to let it look more seamless. And it's really looking more seamless after using it. I hope you can see that it's a little bit more synced into my skin now, everything, and it's looking so buttery smooth, and I really love the effect of this powder right here. And of course, the other powder I'm really in love with is my Jellyfish palette, and I really just like to use them together, really, and just put it all over my T-zone. Also under my eyes, but today, like I said, really want to use the most of the things I'm loving. Like that, and voila, we are already done and everything is looking so beautiful and seamless. I really love those powders, guys. I'm so happy that I decided especially to buy me this year a Hourglass palette. I really appreciate and love this little palette right here. I think it's a big helper in my makeup routine. It's a big game changer as well in my makeup routine, and I'm appreciating this palette very much. So for bronzer, like I said, my Jellyfish palette, of course. Really love the bronzer in here. It's so beautiful and seamless looking. But what I also love this year so much is my Pat McGrath bronzer right here. I think it's a beautiful bronzer, guys. I hope you also can see the dance in this one. I used it so much until now. It's a beautiful and stunning bronzer. I love how it's looking. I love how seamless and neutral it's looking on the face. So this is the one I really want to use today with you, because I have the feeling I didn't use it in a longer time now because of my Hourglass one. I used it really to death, and I really want to dive into this bronzer again because it's my favorite for sure for this year, and it will stay my favorite for 2024 as well, because I think it's beautiful. And I have the color Naked Desire. Wished I did go one shade darker, to be honest, but this is, now that I have this one, and this is a little bit more on the darker pigmented side, I have to say. It's a little bit more, you can see this bronzer, I have to say. And now that I have the Hourglass bronzer as well, I think this is a good shade to have some more neutral days where I really don't want to bronze up my face too much, but I really want this beautiful, snatchy, seamless and natural look on my face, you know? I think this is perfect for that. So let's use this today, I would say. And I really love to use an angled brush for that. And go right into it. And just smear it everywhere, really, where you normally smear bronzer. Oh, a little bit. You can go ham with this one. If you have a lighter shade, I think you can really go ham, and it's looking beautiful anyways. No matter what you are doing. So this is really something I appreciate. I can be so fast, and it's a really day-friendly thing for me. So now let's come to blush and highlighter. And like I said, I love this whole palette right here, guys. What can I say? I think it's a beautiful palette. I love, of course, also the blushes and the highlighter in here. So that is out of the way now. But what I also learned to love this year really much is more than ever my blush beauty wand from Charlotte Tilbury. I think it's just stunning. I love this blush so much this year more than ever because, and I think I will go into loving this one into 2024 as well because, like I said, I'm right now really into the glowy finish of the face overall, and I'm really enjoying this one. So beautiful. And to pair it with my beauty wand from Charlotte Tilbury, the highlighter wand, it's a match made in heaven. And the blush I'm having is Pinkgasm, and the highlighter is Spotlight that I have right here. And I think they are so beautiful together, but I usually don't use them that much together, I have to say. I mostly use them separately. If I'm using this really glowy blush right here, I usually go with a powder highlighter over it because I like the effect of a powdery highlighter over a liquid blush. I think it's so beautiful. And I'm using mostly this one when I'm using a more matte type of blush so that it's looking a little bit more glowy and shiny at the end. So this is really like how I like to use them the most. And the other blush I'm really loving is the Matte Beauty blush from Charlotte Tilbury as well. You see there's a little bit more Charlotte Tilbury than usually in this video right here because I think now I really want to try in 2024 a little bit more Charlotte Tilbury. She really intrigued me with some of her products, especially with some of her newer products as well. And I really want to try her a little bit more. And this is really, I think 2024 will be the year where I also will try a little bit more of Charlotte Tilbury. And I really appreciate this one as well. I think you can see that as well, how the packaging is looking. So I think this is also really beautiful. And the last Charlotte Tilbury item I'm really appreciating right now is my beautifying face palette from her, and I have the light one. The packaging stunning and the inside is also so beautiful. I really like to use a mix of those two blushes on my face. I think it's looking so beautiful. I have to dig a little bit deeper into them sometimes to get the pigment payoff that I want, to be completely honest, but it's something I can do really fast with a stiffer brush, and then I'm really having the pigment on my face that I want at the end. I like to mix them, I like to use them separately as well. Love the highlighters. Mostly when I'm using this rosy blush, I'm sticking to the rosy highlighter, and when I'm using this one right here, I'm sticking to the more whitish type of highlighter, and I think they're so stunning. I also like to mix them as well. So this whole palette is a really beautiful blessing for me. I really love it. And the other highlighter palette I really appreciated this year, and I will appreciate in 2024 as well for sure, is my Dior face palette right here. You also have a bronzer, you have something like a blush in here. It's not really a blush, it's more, I have to say I more use it as a blush topper because it's a little bit too light as a blush for me. But the bronzer is really beautiful as a glowy bronzer. So let's use a little bit of this one on top of the Pat McGrath bronzer so that we get the glowy finish a little bit more back. Really love those highlighters. I love to mix them. I love to use them separately. Sometimes when I'm going ham, I use all three products in here for glowy, highlighty cheek in the end. So I'm really appreciating them. But let's go into the bronzer right here for now. Again, the same brush. You need a little bit more of a smaller type of brush or something that you really can go into the smaller pans, but it's not a big struggle for me personally, to be honest. And I will go just a little bit over my Pat McGrath bronzer with this one, just to get more of the glowy finish that I love in the moment. Also really appreciating how this one is looking. Also use it on its own, to be honest, because I really like the finish. It's also a little bit more on the neutral side, but more on the neutral glowy side. And the Pat McGrath one, I would say it's a little bit more on the just neutral side, without the glow, but it's giving a beautiful sheen to the face for sure. And for the blush, let's use her wand for now, because I really love the glowy finish of the blush. really love how my face is looking with this blush, and I'm appreciating it so much. So let's use a little bit of this one. I have the shade, like I said, Pinkgasm. Just at the high points, a little bit on my nose as well, because I love a blushy nose. A little bit on the cupid's bow. You also don't need that much, you know. If you want it stronger, of course, you can pump it up and use as much you want. I love that sometimes as well. But you don't really need that much to get a glowy, beautiful finish. And a side note, guys, it's still like that. It's nothing has changed. I love this brush so much to blend out my liquid blushes. I love it for that. I think it's the perfect brush to do that. It's the Spectrum X Katie Huygens brush 04. It's perfect. I will go into 2024 to blend out my liquid blushes for sure with this one as well. I think it's doing a great job. And just going in there, blend everything out. It's, of course, it's pink, but it's also a little bit, it's giving me a little bit of an bronzy type of look, and I really appreciate that. I think it's looking therefore so healthy and beautiful. It's never enough blush for me, so I really love to pump it up, but yeah, you could leave it there. You could also make it a little bit more or less blushy if you want. You can really be the master of the amount that you wanna use. But I love a blushy look, guys, and I will always do. I have the feeling. And also, why not? Let's use a little bit of those blushes right here, but I think I will stick to this rosy blush. Just a little bit. Going a little bit over it. It's also having a slight sheen. And with this one, I will go to the apple of my cheeks. We're doing the most today, guys, just that you know. Let's also use those highlighters right here, because why not? Mixing them again. Really beautiful. I'm really appreciating Charlotte Tilbury things more and more. And I really enjoy them, guys. I think they are beautiful, and I love this effortless look that you are getting, but you can amp it fairly up with it. It's not like you always are so natural with it, if you know what I mean. You can really amp everything up, but you can also do it in a so natural and in a lightweight way with Charlotte Tilbury. I really appreciate that more and more. Oof, stunning. Look at this glow, guys. It's really, I'm really glazing right now, and I'm getting this Hailey Bieber look in seconds. I love it. I'm really into the look right now, and all the products I'm showing you today are giving me really this beautiful glow that I appreciate and love in the moment. And speaking of Hailey Bieber, I don't have a Hailey Bieber product today in here, but I really want to try her brand for sure. Her skincare brand, her lip peptides. I think it's really intriguing more than ever for me, and I really want to try them as well. So be prepared in 2024 for that maybe. I never promise things to you, because I never know if something came up and I can't do it, or you know, things can happen. But I really want to do this in 2024, so be prepared for that. But no promises. But I'm thinking about this brand, just telling you that. So let's come now to eyeshadows. For eyeshadows, I don't want to go in depth with it. I don't want to talk too much about it, because you had my ranking, guys. You had my eyeshadow ranking. You know which eyeshadows I love the most, which are on my top list, which I'm using so much, I used so much in 2023. Wanna all use them in 2024 for sure, much more as well. But I just want to briefly touch on them a little bit in this video, because it's a part of this video. And I just want to talk about the eyeshadows that are a little bit newer to me, and that you maybe didn't saw in the ranking video as well. And one of them is Lisa Eldridge. I really appreciate her eyeshadow formulation. I learned about this eyeshadow not that long ago. really learned about the formulations not that long ago, and I'm a big fan. I love how I can create effortless, seamless looks with it. I can create fun looks with it. I can branch a little bit more out, but I can also keep it really classy, beautiful, and more simple looking, if you know what I mean. I really like this palette right here overall. I think it's a beautiful type of formulation I want to for sure learn more about. This was also in my Lisa Eldridge video that I posted, so if you're curious about this palette and about a look, you want to see it in action, just click on this video, because today I don't want to use it, but I just want to briefly touch on this one because I really, really like it. And the palettes I don't want to talk that long about are my Rowan quads right here. I love them so much, guys. I think they are so beautiful. I love how they're looking on my eyes, and in the moment I really love to use them the most just as one and done eyeshadows. I don't like to use more than one color in the moment of those palettes right here. And if I'm just using one color and just do 1 or 2 layers on my eyes with one color, they're staying really put for a long, long time. They are not moving that much. So this is a technique I think I love the most to use with those palettes, and I really appreciate them. If you as well want to see them in action, I have a separate video using both of them, and I love them. I have to tell you right away, I really love them. I love the uniqueness of the formulation, and yeah, they're just stunning. And a brand I tried this year in terms of eyeshadows, never tried it before, is Charlotte Tilbury. I had one single eyeshadow of her, and it is from a holiday collection, the blue one. But I never tried an actual quad from Charlotte Tilbury. And I have to tell you guys, right now I'm in my phase where I really love to have more neutral type of looks on my eyes. Really love, of course, my blues and reds and everything else so much. It won't change, and I will go into 2024 using those colors as well. But more than ever, I'm appreciating more and more neutral tones. And the first palette I bought for me is the Legendary Muse palette. I think it was a limited edition palette. I don't know if it's still available, but I got it for myself on a good deal, and I really love especially to use this one in conjunction with my Rowan palettes. I love to use one color of my Rowan palette and blend everything out with this one right here and make a whole look out of it. If I'm using the cool one, if I'm using the warm one, no matter which one I'm using, I always pair them with this palette in the moment. So I really love it. It's looking always so effortless and so beautiful, and I'm a big fan. And a newer palette I bought for myself, and I didn't use it until now, is the Vintage Vamp palette from Charlotte Tilbury. You still can get it for sure. It's, I think, in her permanent line, and I really, really think it's a beautiful palette. Like you can see, didn't use it just a little bit. So I think I really want to use this one today in conjunction with my Legendary Muse palette. Let's use them both together for a look today, because why not? I really want to go into 2024 trying a little bit more Charlotte Tilbury stuff, trying a little bit more of her palettes, of course, as well. So excited about that, and this is really a new finding for me, and I really want to do a look today with you together with those little quads right here. Why not? Let's just do it. And before I will do that, I will quickly do my eyebrows. I just glue them up a little bit, and then we will be back with the eye portion of this video. So I'm back, and let's start with the Vintage Vamp palette right here. I primed my eyes just a little bit. And I think I will start with this really, really burgundy type of shade right here. This one, this is a little bit more on the redder side. And I think this one down here is a little bit more on the purpley red side. So let's start with the little bit lighter one. I will take for that a fluffier, denser type of blending brush. I start at the outer corner with this one. Oh yeah, I really love those shades. I think it's a beautiful brownish, reddish type of shade. Just work it in. It's for sure, right off the bat, really, really deep. So I think both of those shades will be really, really deep. But I'm not mad at it. It's called the Vintage Vamp, so I'm expecting to be a little bit more on the deeper side at the end. Working it a little bit upwards. I think the Charlotte Tilbury formulation is really, really seamless, guys. It's so easy to work with, and I'm appreciating it, for sure. They're not fully matte, you know. They are matte, don't get me wrong. But they're with a slight sheen. So I think this is also something that's helping to blend the eyeshadow a little bit more easier out and to be a little bit more seamless on the skin. So really appreciate that as well. It's feeling just like a really luxurious formulation, and I really, really appreciate that. And now I will go into the deeper shade right here with the same brush. Just really, really lightly, and I will pat it at the outer corner and not really blend this one out much. Oh yeah, it's a little bit deeper, not much, but it's for sure a little bit on the deeper side. So now let's do her pop shade, this goldeny one with the finger. It's the more sparklier shade in the palette, always the pop shade. And I will put it at the middle portion of my lid area, right here. Oh yeah, I really love it. Those are really more like beautifully toppery, sparkly shades. You could say it's a little bit like in the YSL clutch palettes, the 4 pans. I really think you can compare those formulations a little bit with one another. I think they're a little bit on the similar side, and really, really love that. It's giving me a beautiful luxury glow to the look, you know, and I think it's looking so, so stunning. Now I will take a fluffier, smaller blending brush, and I will go into this highlighter shade right here. And I will pop this one right into the inner corners. And just blending it a little bit into the inner corners to give me a beautiful highlighter glow right there. Really love that as well in the moment. Dragging it a little bit downwards, a little bit upwards as well. Oh, I love that. It's giving me a beautiful highlighty glow. So stunning. In my normal day-to-day life, I would just stick to this palette and just put one of those ones all over the lid. Put the pop shade all over the lid, this one into the inner corners, and call it a day. But for today I really want to show you my other palette as well. And it's the legendary Muse palette. I'm so excited. I'm dropping everything right now, like you can tell. It's the legendary Muse palette, and I really, really love this one as well. Like I said, always use this in the moment with my Rowan quartz. So match made in heaven, if you're asking me. The only thing I have to say, I wish this shade would have been a little bit lighter, so it's a little bit more like an inner corner shade, because it's a little bit, just a teensy tiny bit darker than I like my inner corner shades to be, but I use it anyways for my inner corners if I want to. I think it's beautiful and stunning. And let's see what I want to do. And those are really all more satiny shades, and you have this one pop shade right here that's also on the glittery side. Really beautiful palette. And I think I will go into this shade right here for the rest of my lid, because it's more on the lilac-y side, and I think it will pair really nice with everything else. And also the gold. Maybe I will take this one not too far into my inner corners and stop right there where my inner corner is starting. And in the to the rest I will go with the gold, and also do the same thing on my lower lash line. I will go with this one onto my lower lash line. So let's see. But let's start with this one for sure. With a packing type of brush, I will go in there. It's a glowy type of look you will get with this one, and I really, really love it. Like that, going a little bit over the glow pop shade that I used. It's really a light palette. With this one you can't expect something wham bam in your face, but there are days where I really love that, you know. I really want to do something so seamless and so lightweight looking, and this palette is really coming in handy when I want to do those looks. Now I will go into this gold with the same packing brush and do it at the front portion of my lid area. And now let's go back to the Vintage Vamp palette. I will go just a little bit into this darkest shade right here. This cranberry shade. And put it with the packing brush at the outer corner of my lower lash line. Really, really near. And I'm also going with the same packing brush again into this highlighter shade. And put it on my brow bone area. And again a little bit into my inner corner. And now for the last step, let's go again into the Legendary Muse shade. And for the rest of my lower lash line, I will just stick to the goldeny shade right here. Just all over my lower lash line basically. From the front portion to the middle portion. And yeah guys, now let's come to the lashes. Really love the look overall. And for my lashes, of course, I always will love, and I love them so much, my Pat McGrath mascaras. I love my Fetish Eye mascara as much as I'm loving my Dark Star mascara. Almost are out of my Dark Star mascara, I have the feeling. But I think they are giving me both so beautiful lashes. This one is giving me a little bit more of the thicker lash look, and this one is making my lashes a little bit more longer and darker looking, I have the feeling. They are so beautiful. They are so, so beautiful. But I have to be honest, they are a little bit crumbly at the end of the day. There you have some flakes on your face, so not much, you can easily swipe them away. But if you are bothered by that, I have the feeling they are always a little bit more on the clumpy, flaky side. The newer mascara in my collection that I'm so amazed by, and I really want to go into 2024 using this one so much. I'm amazed by it. It's the Melt Cosmetics Supernatural Mascara right here. So beautiful, guys. So beautiful and stunning. I really love this mascara. The wand is so special and so unique. It's a little bit thick. It's like an hourglass, you could say. It's more like an hourglass shape, but a really wombly type of hourglass shade. So stunning. I really love how my lashes are looking with them. They are a little bit more separated with this one. So long, so black, and it's not so crumbly like my Pat McGrath mascaras are. They aren't that crumbly, you know, but they are crumbly, and this one is not giving me that. So I can really count on this one, and I really love it. So let's use this one today. I'm so hyped by this mascara right here. I got this one when Melt had their big sale, and I wished now I would have bought 3 of them, to be honest. Really love and appreciate this one. It's also so easy, it's gliding, and even though it's not a worn-in mascara, you know, it's not one that it's a really fresh one. Even with the freshness of the mascara, because usually you have to let them dry a little bit out. I don't like that. I don't think you need to do that for a good mascara. And this one is not giving me that. It's working perfectly beautiful right away. It's giving me stunning lashes, and I love it. You could leave it like that, but you also could amp it so much more up, guys, I'm telling you. You could make it so wham bam, but I really want to do it like that today. And I have to say also, it's a fairly heavy mascara. It's really heavy and luxurious feeling. I really love that. If I have to compare this one, it's even heavier than my Pat McGrath Dark Star mascara, and I thought this one is heavy, but this one is a little bit more on the heavy side. It's feeling really luxurious, and this one is really lightweight. It's like a drugstore mascara always, just from the feeling. If I have to be completely honest. But I love them all so much. But this one I will go into 2024 using so much. You can bet on it. It's just stunning. So guys, for my lips, I'm telling you, I'm on the juicy train right now. I really love to have everything glowy and juicy and beautiful. I'm appreciating more than ever glowy, juicy lipsticks and lip glosses. I'm in the phase right now, I'm telling you. In this category is for sure my Charlotte Tilbury Stone Rose lipstick right here. I want to have much more of those ones, guys. It's so glowy, so beautiful. I really love this one. Also in the category, of course, my Pat McGrath Blitz Trends lipsticks in general, but the lipstick I'm loving the most is my Lady Stardust lipstick. I think it's so beautiful, glowy and juicy looking on the lips. Really love and appreciate this one as well. The next one is a newer one in my collection, and it's my MAC lip gloss, and I have the Taste for Bubbles Fizzy Feel Lip Balm right here. Alone, the lipstick itself is so beautiful, but it's also so juicy and so hydrating on the lips. I love how my lips are looking with this one. And I also really appreciate my Pat McGrath Bronze Astral Lip Balm right here. This is also giving me juicy lips that you can see from the Moon bag. Really appreciate this one. I love how plump and nice my lips are looking. And overall, I really love lip glosses in the moment, especially those ones. Those are a little bit more out there, I have to say. Those two right here, my Glowing Garnet Opulust Gloss from Pat and my Lavendering Opulust Gloss from Pat. They're a little bit more out there and in your face, I won't lie, but they're so beautiful, juicy and plumping looking, even though there aren't plumping lip glosses. Love them so much, guys. They're beautiful, so beautiful, and I really want to dive more into lip glosses this year. And the shade that it's a little bit more on the neutral side, but also really glittery and beautiful, is my Earth Angel Lust Gloss from Pat McGrath. Stunning, and I love to combine this one with some of my lip balms that I have. So let's do this today, I would say, to get a really neutral look. I think I will pair this lip gloss right here, Earth Angel from Pat, with my Taste for Bubbles Fizzy Feel Lip Balm from MAC Cosmetics. Love to juice it up as much as I can, so let's do this. And of course I will start with my Taste for Bubbles lip balm, just to have a nice base. And the good thing about this is I don't have to be that precise. I just can slather it on and it's looking beautiful anyways. I really love that I don't have to be too precise with it. Already my lips are feeling so hydrated. I really love it. Now let's go in with the Earth Angel lipstick or lip gloss, sorry. And a match made in heaven, what can I say? You see, I also use it with some more matte type of lipsticks, and I really love to combine lip glosses with everything in the moment. Just going over it. So plumpy and beautiful looking. Really love that. Look how stunning. And my whole face is looking right now so juicy and glossy and just healthy, and I really love and appreciate this look in the moment the most, and I'm so amazed. And by the way, guys, this lip gloss from Pat is smelling like vanilla, and I really enjoy the smell of vanilla. Really love it. It's not too strong, but you can smell it. It's beautiful. So let's take this out, guys, and there you have it. Those are my favorite products. Look how glowy and seamless everything is looking, and over the day the foundation and the Seamless Skin from Lisa Eldridge will be a little bit more glowier throughout the day, but not in that way that it's looking greasy. It's looking just beautiful. Everything is looking just so beautiful and seamless at the end, and I really appreciate and love how my skin is looking with all of those products that I want to go into 2024. So let's zoom you out, let's do a quick outro, and we will be right back. So guys, and here's the look all zoomed out. I really love those products that I showed you today so much. Really learned them all so well in 2023. I have to say, maybe not that much my Lisa Eldridge stuff, because those are things that are pretty new to me, but I used them so much in the last couple of days, I have to say, almost every day. And I loved so much how my skin is looking, so I'm pretty sure those are the products I really want to go into 2024, and I'm so excited about them. I hope you enjoyed this video as well, guys. I hope you had a nice new year. I hope the year will bring you much joy, for sure. I wish you all the best, and I hope you also learned some products for yourself that you really want to use more in 2024 and you appreciate so much. So those were mine. I hope I could inspire you a little bit with that at least. And if you like this video, I would be really happy if you give me a thumbs up, that I know that you like this kind of content. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click on the little bell to get notifications here and there when I'm posting something new. And with my glowy look, I will go into 2024 for sure. I really love that right now. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Like I said, really want to do so much more in 2024 with you guys. I really want to do my best. I really want to be better and better in everything and learn more and more, and learn also some more products and learn about them, learn about new techniques. I'm very, very excited about that. I hope we will go together into 2024 with new motivations and new power for sure. And with that being said, guys, I hope we will see each other in my next video. And until then, bye.